Life is Strange Double Exposure won't be fully released for another 2 weeks, but those with the game's Ultimate Edition can get started on its story right now. Anyone keen to wolf through this advanced access content, which comprises 2 of the full game's 5 chapters, will likely be done playing and potentially streaming it, and all of its narrative spoilers before bedtime tonight. Look, fans have already had their say on how splitting the launch of this story-focused game, and in doing so splitting its player base, is a terrible idea. And many fans, by this point, will have made their minds up whether to spend £75 to start playing today, or wait until the 29th of October to pay £50. But having played the first 2 chapters myself, having seen how they end, and now knowing the game's full length is only a bit more than that amount again, I'm even more confused why anyone thought this was a good idea. There are chunky, really story-heavy sections, and I imagine discussion forums and Twitch streams will be awash with spoilers by the time you're reading this. There's the obvious concern here that the plot details will be spoiled by those who play today, a full 2 weeks ahead of others, and then there's the sad fact that some fans have said that they now feel forced to fork out an extra 25 quid simply to avoid this.
She clearly wasn't as crazy as you.
For all players though, it's a shame to see what here should be a huge moment of discussion for the series, as there is plenty to chew through in Life is Strange Double Exposure, but it's been splintered and limited to just a few. I'm not sure of Square Enix's thinking on this at all, other than it being a way to make more money from the most diehard of fans, to be frank. Perhaps the publisher has sales figures and business plans and marketing charts that prove me wrong, or financial demands that require this to happen regardless. Either way, surely asking a smaller, more passionate group to justify spending half the price of the game again risks turning them off the whole thing, and surely limiting discussion, at least for now, dampens the excitement of launching to the widest possible audience at the same time.
I've never been able to say no to a good lagoon.
Life is Strange has always been a series that, thanks to its branching narrative, ambition to tackle tough topics, and great character-based storytelling, provokes discussion, and prior to Deck 9's Life is Strange True Colours, its familiar episodic nature meant players had natural moments between the launch of chapters to regroup, debrief, and theorise about what might come next.
I'm not ready for a full-blown conversation.
There are arguments for and against episodic releases, of course, and Life is Strange's original developer, Don't Nod, has admitted it dropped the ball on Life is Strange 2's schedule, which, for various reasons, simply ran too long. But it's remarkable that Don't Nod is now returning to a split launch for its own Life is Strange spiritual successor, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, when its first half arrives in February 2025. Its concluding section then drops exactly 1 month later, without any extra charge for the privilege of playing it early.
It's a fabulous idea. Don't go anywhere.
In another world, perhaps one where Square Enix made a different choice as it watched 2 options for how to sell this game hang in mid-air, I'd have started this piece with some of the things about Double Exposure I really do want to talk about, such as its able handling of the series' original protagonist Max, as well as the absent but forever fan favourite Chloe. I have positive thoughts about the game setting too, and the mechanics of Double Exposure's new parallel world superpower, which is a real upgrade on True Colours. Not everything is good. There are some truly odd tonal gaffes, as Max remarks on her surroundings in chirpy fashion, oblivious to the recent tragedy the whole game hangs around. Here's an example of that tonal mismatch. This is Max only 2 days after Safi was murdered.
Hey, Amanda. Welcome to hell. Oh, honey. We're doing dramatic goth kid grief. Go big or go home, I always say.
Now, look, Everyone grieves in different ways, sure, but I cannot imagine opening the door to someone and flippantly referring to my grief cave as hell, and then making another joke about going big or going home afterwards. I have gone through personal losses just like this, and being flippant and making jokes was the last thing on my mind. I have a longer video stored up as to why double exposure makes me irrationally angry, but because I don't want to be dropping spoilers, I will be saving that for nearer the full release of the game. Also, as with all multiverse stories, there are some points of logic that don't really make sense, like why wouldn't you just go speak to that character and explain everything?
How about another one? Different pose this time.
For more on all of these things though, please do come back for Life is Strange Double Exposure's full review in a couple of weeks. I do actually think there's a solid game here underneath all this advanced access nonsense. Massive thanks to Tom Phillips from Eurogamer for sharing his preview of Life is Strange Double Exposure with me. I also played both chapters prior to embargo and agree 100% with what Tom is saying here. So everyone, if you want to stay clear of spoilers, just look out for yourself, okay?
Better head to the admin building. Yasmin's expecting me.
If you enjoyed this video somewhat, despite the issues I have with the game, please do chuck it a like, and why not subscribe to Eurogamer 2 for more hashtag content with me, Zoe Delahunty-Light. Now, I am going to go and continue writing my other script about Life is Strange Double Exposure, which I can't talk about due to spoilers right now, so I'll see you folks next time.
What a perfect night for walking home. I'll just catch up with Sophie tomorrow.